Community. Like a quilt can be thought of as a set of mottled patches brought together to create a unified and brilliant whole. In the minds of modern sociologists, a single example of community stands out from the rest. Simmons Hall is MIT's premier example of creative community building. Its residents form a tight-knit community of determined scholars. To understand how this unique atmosphere evolved, we must look back into its past. It was 1967. MIT was experiencing unprecedented growth in its research programs and undergraduate population. Realizing the need for more undergraduate housing, MIT decided to construct a new dormitory. Thanks to a gracious alumni donation, it was to be called Simmons Hall. MIT conceived of Simmons Hall as a different type of house, one that nurtures and supports a community of learning, a community that offers the richest possible environment for education and discovery. In accordance with these goals, MIT commissioned world-renowned architects to design a building with the finest amenities and spaces that promote gathering. Early tours of the building revealed the design's unique potential. Its fluid and amorphous public spaces and mixture of room configurations were sure to open up some interesting possibilities. However, some students remained skeptical, and rightfully so. The program was too ambitious for MIT to complete. Along the way, they simply ran out of money. Throughout the social unrest in the late 60s and early 70s, MIT's administration simply forgot to complete the building. It stood as a testament to the fickle and short-sighted nature of MIT administrative decision-making. In 1982, MIT was faced with yet another housing shortage. The administration developed an amazing number of contingency plans, everything from reducing the size of the freshman class to placing undergraduates in graduate housing. No one was willing to step forward and make a decision. With luck, just as the unhousable freshman class was arriving, one particular freshman inquired about living in the oddly misshapen building standing across Briggs Field. The administrators quickly jumped at this notion and decided to move students in immediately. Since then, the residents of Simmons Hall have been members of a vibrant yet unusual community. But how do today's students feel about living in Simmons Hall?
Yeah, so they never finished the dorm, technically speaking. Back in the 60s, they ran out of money. And so, you know, Simmons residents have been suffering ever since.
Well, it's really cool. It's not quite completed yet, but it's a lot of fun going through. It's kind of like an adventure each time you come home.
They actually didn't get windows into my room yet.
Yeah, I noticed you got tapes instead.
Yeah, actually, it's thermally sealed. I might not have the greatest view here, but at least I'm warm.
Hey, Josh, can I have a little privacy? I'm changing here.
Oh, sorry, dude.
Well,
Yeah.
let's leave this roommate. Wall.
Privacy can be an issue sometimes, but it can be fun too.
Why, hello.
Oh my god!
Hello.
What do you guys do here?
Just working on plumbing. Yeah, plumbing.
Oh, I guess
In
it's
the
so bad.
pipes and such.
Students are also concerned about safety.
But the administration really requires good fire safety, so we still have, you know, the adequate fire protection for the building. Even though it's concrete and couldn't possibly burn down under any circumstances. So exiting the building can be a challenge at times, but it can be a lot of fun. It took us about 12 hours to get out of the building today. But the real problem is that, you know, there's some big obstacles in the building. Basically, they didn't put in any staircases, and so you can either try to jump, which I spent a couple hours trying to do. The other option is climbing up and down the cables for the elevators that are broken. So, you know, that's what we did. I carry this with me for protection, sometimes from large rats.
Can you backlight that thing?
So, I mean, the dorm isn't finished yet, and like that can worry a lot of people about safety. So every once in a while, you know, some parent will become alarmed and email an administrator, or so they have the whole dorm evacuated and, you know, send people in to check the safety of the dorm, and they don't really house us during that time. You know, sometimes we can get stuck out here for as much as 2 or 3 months. It's kind of fun not knowing like how long you're gonna stay out.
God, not again! No hot water. The showers are out.
Like, again?
Again. So we haven't had hot water. We haven't had water.
Since when? Yeah, I didn't know we had water.
Students make the most of a difficult situation.
I like living in Simmons.
You do?
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of living in Simmons?
I didn't really have a qualifier for that statement. It's just, just so all-encompassing.
Versus, I got the Simmons blues. I got the Simmons blues. Our dorm isn't done and we're not having fun. I got the Simmons blues. We need more.
Simmons Hall has developed into a unique community, bringing together a diverse set of students in an almost unlivable setting. Despite the dust, gaping holes, oversized rats, and lack of central heating, the students form a strong attachment to one another and a lifelong bond to the building. If only the world could come together like Simmons.
It's like that scene in The Untouchables.
You gotta spread out.
Instead of carrying shotguns.
Yeah, well, you guys bring your shotguns?
Well,
I brought this.
I'm bringing my shotgun next time.
I really wanted to have Bill Fever get a better role in the video, but kind of didn't.
Yeah. Bill Fever seems to be getting a lot of cameos these days.
Yeah. He was on ER last week.
I loved his work in Apple Cinema.
Yeah, it's good. Hey, what do you think the chances of us getting some dramatic end credit music going right now?
Pretty high, pretty high.
You can either be, on my space-age waffle or off my space-age waffle, but this waffle is leaving the station, old man!